My God, there's a panic going on. We got to do the great bargain right away. You know, yesterday, Tim Geithner comes out. He's leading the talks for Obama, so you know we're screwed right from the beginning. No chance about it. The other guy who's the top advisor on this issue is David Plouffe. He's the guy that we showed you the videotape of him saying we might even lower taxes on the rich. Okay, those are the two guys heading the negotiations for the Obama team. That's not even the Republican side. So anyway, Geithner comes out yesterday and goes, 5 days left. 5 days left, everybody panic! Oh my God, and then we're gonna run into debt ceiling issues. Now, are we really gonna run into debt ceiling issues in 5 days? No. Am I accusing the Treasury Secretary of making things up? Yes. That's exactly what I'm accusing him of. Now, I'm sure, has technical reasons for why he picks that date. Did he have technical reasons to pick another date that's much further out? Of course he does. Why does he do it? Because he's like, damn it, we have all the leverage as Democrats. Well, we can't get a deal if we're because Geithner and Obama and all those guys, they want to cut Social Security, they want to cut Medicare, and they don't want to raise taxes that much, so they have to pretend that the Democrats don't have all the leverage. They have to pretend that the Republicans have leverage. So they create a false sense of urgency. This is the shock doctrine. This is exactly how you play it out, okay? So then Harry Reid comes in as if the Democrats are, on the level, and he's going to have some really strong words for John Boehner, okay? So here he is on the Senate side.
If we go over the cliff, and it looks like that's where we're headed, Mr. President, the House of Representatives, as we speak, with 4 days left after today before the first year, aren't here. If they had brought up the Senate passed bill that would give relief to everyone making less than $250,000 a year, it would pass overwhelmingly. But the Speaker, he says, no, we can't do that. It has to be a majority of the majority.
Hold up, Harry, man, you're getting serious over there. So now he's doing a fiery speech where he says, oh, look, it's all Boehner's fault. We already passed the bills that we needed to pass in the Senate. I can't believe the Republicans. Again, this is to try to create pressure on the Republicans to act so that we can finally get the deal that the Democrats actually want, which is largely a Republican deal. But the Republicans have become so extreme that when you give them a Republican deal, they're like, oh. Now remember, here's one example, I can give you dozens. Cap and trade. Cap and trade used to be a Republican idea. Now they're like, cap and trade, what a socialist Maoist idea cap and trade is. It was cooked up by the Heritage Foundation, their biggest right-wing think tank. But they're so extreme. So Harry Reid threatens them, you better come back to a reasonable Republican position, the one that the Democratic Party is in. Meanwhile, Tim Geithner, his pal at the White House, says, oh, Democrats better do a deal too, otherwise, my God, the debt ceiling and the whole economy is going to blow up. And so creating more and more pressure to get that grand larceny done, right? But Harry isn't done roaring yet. Get a load of this.
The American people, I don't think, understand the House of Representatives is operating without the House of Representatives. It's being operated with a dictatorship of the Speaker, not allowing the vast majority of the House of Representatives to get what they want. John Boehner seems to care more about keeping his speakership than about keeping the nation on firm financial footing. It's obvious, Mr. President, what's going on around here. He's waiting until January 3rd to get reelected as Speaker before he gets serious with negotiations.
All right, Harry, don't do it to me, okay? Now, look, he's actually saying things that are really strong there, calling Boehner's rule a dictatorship. That's really, really strong language. But Harry Reid, since he mumbles all the time, since he's the world's most silent speaker, the whole time, he's like from that Seinfeld episode, the soft talker. You're like, what did you just call him a dictator? Is that what you, okay, all right. So now look, he's making good points too. The Boehner is saying, now I don't want the majority to rule in the House of Representatives. I want the majority of the majority, meaning a majority of the Republicans that are the majority party in the House. You know what the majority of the majority is? A minority. Okay, they're not the majority of the House. They are about a quarter of the House, because that's what the majority of the Republican majority is. It's wordplay. It's unbelievable. Now, Harry Reid's calling him out on that. That's good. And he says, look, John Boehner doesn't want to do anything until January 3rd, until he can make sure that he continues to be Speaker of the House because he cares more about his own political career. That is absolutely true and a good point to make. Now, if they were all on the level, I'd say, go get him, Harry. Way to roar, okay? I couldn't quite hear you, but nonetheless, way to roar. And we would get a deal that would be far more favorable to Democrats, because the other upside of waiting till January 3rd is that all of the tax cuts expire. We go back to the Clinton-era rates, which worked so well for the country and which are far more progressive. But of course, the Democrats don't, in reality, want that at all. Now, as always, as I tell you here at the end of this story, we'll wait and see. I could be wrong, and if I am, Democrats will hold strong. They will raise taxes on everybody making above $250,000, as they said over and over on their campaign, and they will not cut Social Security, Medicare, which is what they have been saying for decades that they would not do that. If I am right, you will see that all this roaring from Harry Lyon and all the panic from Tim Geithner was for the same purpose, which is to do the exact opposite, to make sure that the money is funneled from the poor and the middle class to the rich, which is what, of course, what both parties of the establishment agree upon, and that all of this is a charade. We'll find out maybe in a couple of days, maybe in a couple of weeks, but you'll definitely find out one way or another. And then you make your judgment on what you'd rather watch, somebody that's telling you the truth, or the mainstream media who right now are saying, oh my God, Harry Reid called Boehner a dictator. Wow, what a zinger of a fight we've got between Democrats and Republicans.